90s kid. So it's Halloween, time for doing scary things and eating things. So what would be a more appropriate way to celebrate this holiday than reviewing an episode about a restaurant seemingly named after a 90s pop song sung by someone called Scary. This episode begins in Twilight's castle.
Starlight's been assisting me, and together we think we've come up with a spell that will get it working again.
Uh-oh, I know where this is going. Well, she doesn't bring about the end of the world, for once. And the map sends Pinky and Rarity to Canterlot.
What will I wear?
What you always do! Nothing! After the credits, Pinky and Rarity arrive in Canterlot. Now they need to find the friendship problem.
And the problem... Oh, Rarity, you don't find a friendship problem, it finds you! We just need to go with the flow, and eventually, kablam! We get friendship problem right between the eyes!
Sounds painful. Rarity agrees that they should go with the flow, and the flow Pinky's stomach is saying they should go is towards lunch. Is that just how Pinky operates? She doesn't realise she needs the toilet until she's wetting herself, she doesn't realise it's her birthday until her friends throw her a party, and she doesn't realise she's hungry until her stomach is growling.
Restaurant Row! The absolute best place for fine dining in all of Equestria. Any establishments that have this, the 3-hoof rating.
And they're all expensive as fuck.
Whose hooves? Why, Zesty Gourmand, the queen of cuisine. When it comes to food, she is the ultimate authority in Canterlot, and thus all Equestria.
So either that's the friendship problem, or she's the bad guy. Well, Rarity and Pinky find a restaurant and order... What is that? A stick and a cracker, a walnut whip, and... I have no idea what that is, but it looks off.
Oh, maybe I'm not in the mood for whatever this is. Can we try someplace else?
After that, they try other restaurants that all look the same, until Pinkie Pie decides that she's going to choose the next restaurant.
Tasty treat. It's very rustic. It looks like it hasn't even been rated.
What is that, a tandoori? Can horses even eat curry?
I'm Saffron Masala, the chef here at the Tasty Treat. Would you like to hear about the specials? We're actually in a bit of a hurry. Yes, please.
Huh, it's weird, Rarity won't even try it. I might talk about that later. Anyway, Coriander Cumin comes out and starts packing away the chairs.
Without customers, I have no pony to host for. So, I stack.
Father, stop it! Don't close up the restaurant around our guests.
And they start fighting. Hey, it's like that Hell's Kitchen episode.
So good!
Rarity then realises that this is the friendship problem they were sent to solve. Wait, is it even a friendship problem if they're related? Rarity convinces Zesty Gourmand to rate the restaurant that night, but they need to work on it to get it up to her standards. So, time for a song.
It's gonna work, I know it's gonna work. It's gonna work out just fine, trust me.
Are you sure?
It's gonna work, I know it's gonna work. It's gonna work out just fine, trust me.
It's just one of you's doing one thing and the other's doing the opposite.
It's gonna work, I know it's gonna work. It's gonna work out just fine, trust me.
Do you have a plan or discuss this off screen?
It's gonna work, I know it's gonna work. It's gonna work out just fine, trust me.
It'll work?
It's gonna work, I know it's gonna work. It's gonna work out just fine, trust me.
It's going to work. It didn't work. Also, during the judging, Pinky and Rarity had a bit of a fight. So is that their friendship falling apart now?
Goodbye, my friend. I know you're gonna be such a gun, but I can still feel you here.
No, my precious ship fix! Another thing, I know Rarity is all high society, but when Pinky and Saffron Masala were looking for Ponies to try a restaurant, they refused because it hadn't been rated. Do reviewers really have so much power that people will turn down free food? I'm assuming it was free. Because a reviewer said so. I mean, a review is meant to give you an idea on whether or not a product is right for you, or, like this video, just be a source of entertainment in itself. It's not meant to replace your own opinion. Well, after all that, they sit down for...
My spicy flat noodle soup.
that. And Rarity has an epiphany.
And you don't need 3 silly hooves in your window to prove it. You just need ponies in here to give it a chance.
And they get back to work, only Rarity does the Raritiness in Canterlot and Pinky does Pinky things to the restaurant.
Would the owner of one of the premier boutiques in Canterlot put her stamp of approval on something that wasn't fabulous?
the tasty treat.
I know all the ponies are technically cross-eyed, but there's something about Saffron Masala's eyes that just make her look especially cross-eyed. I think they should have spaced the pupils out a bit more than usual. Anyway, working to their strengths, Rarity and Pinky have gathered quite a crowd to a tasty treat. But then...
What is every pony doing here? This place has no hooves! It is not in keeping with the level of cuisine that I have set for Canterlot. No pony told you this place was acceptable.
Whoa, it's Digibrony. The look, the attitude, the presenting his opinion as if it was fact. Actually, fun fact, the VA for Zesty Gourmand also voiced Vicky in the film I, Robot. Soon we will get Will Smith and MLP. Well, after everyone stands up to Zesty's tastes and the other restaurants decide they're going to cook food they like, not what she likes, she storms off and the episode ends. And that's Spice Up Your Life. I've heard some people say this is meant to be a commentary on critics, although I've also seen people say Zesty Gourmand is Gordon Ramsay. But here's a dirty little secret about critics. It's all opinion. So the important thing when watching a critic is knowing where their biases lie. Because they're individuals and their preferences will influence what they criticise. For example, back when I watched Fifth Gear, two presenters I couldn't get behind was Vicky Butler-Henderson and Tiff Needell. Not because they were bad presenters, far from it, but I often felt their opinion on a car would change if it could do a fast lap. And given that they were both racing drivers, that's likely. But they still made good points regarding practicality and running costs of a given car. Whereas Gadget Show were huge Apple fanboys, especially Jason Bradbury. So you knew that when they put gadgets head to head, the Apple product would win. To them, Apple was the pinnacle and everything else was either not as good or a cheap knockoff. And that's what I think Zesty Gourmand is meant to be. At some point, maybe when she was starting out, there was a restaurant that was a talk of Canterlot, and when she went there it was as good as they said. So to her, that's the pinnacle that all restaurants should be judged by. But that's not criticising something for what it is, that's judging it for what it isn't. Which of course punishes creativity and individuality and makes creators afraid to innovate or step outside the box, which makes it less likely that things like Battlefield 1 will be made. Seriously, if you're old enough, go play it, it's awesome. And I've just realised how long this conclusion is, so yeah, good episode and good analysis of bad critics. And I want to wish you all a happy Halloween, and don't eat too many sweets. Although if you do, there's always Get Fit with Mel B.